Plaintiff Pavia Cooper says the defendant is her older brother, but she says he acts more like her younger brother because he is completely irresponsible. Pavia claims she loaned the defendant money for gas, but she's suing because he has yet to repay. Defendant Ricky Cooper Jr. says he doesn't understand why Pavia always comes to him for advice if he's so irresponsible. Ricky claims he once helped Pavia out when she got in trouble with the law, and he believes she's suing him for more than he owes.
Start with you.
Okay, so Ricky is my older brother, but if you ask me, to me, he seems like more of a younger brother. I mean, he's like Peter Pan. He hasn't even grown up yet. So,
some would dispute that.
Now, Ricky is a very bubbly person. He's very funny. We like to joke a lot with each other. We play a lot of pranks with each other too. Like, I remember one time my dad was in the kitchen eating a steak, and he was looking down, cutting the steak, and I decided to throw the remote control at him.
Your brother?
Yeah, I threw the remote
not your
over
dad.
there.
All right.
And the TV was on an X-rated channel, and my father looked up, and he was just looking like, what is he watching? But I mean, Ricky's a very.
And then did your dad make all the ladies clear the room?
I just had to act like I was sleeping.
Go ahead. Give me some background here.
Well, I love my little sister. I love her to death. Nicest person in the world when she want to be until it come to money. We grew up
until you come to not paying.
Yeah, man. Let's be real, yes sir. Well, anytime she need advice on boys or anything, she come to me and ask me because I'm gonna keep it real with her. I'm gonna tell her what a boy want out of her.
I had a girlfriend before.
That don't
Why would I
matter.
come to you for advice?
Because I know boys. I know boys. Okay. I am a man. And she once got in trouble with the police. She didn't pay her tickets, and she called me to help her out. So she's saying I'm like Peter Pan or whatever it is. Like you say, I have grown up. Yes, I'm a big man, and so I help her out anytime I can.
All right. And so, are you as irresponsible as she implies?
No, sir. I don't think that. I don't think so.
You work?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
You've had a job consistently?
Yes, sir.
How old are you now?
I'm 27.
And you finished school or
no, sir. High school.
Beyond
I haven't
education, huh?
I finished high school, not college. No, sir.
All right. Well, community college, training program, nothing?
No, sir.
Job training? So
I've had. I worked for the Denton County for the past 4 years, and then I went up to Gainesville State School and I was a dorm supervisor up there as a.
All right, so you have a transferable skill.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, good enough. And so why you got to borrow from your sister? You tell me about this loan.
Okay, so January 16th, Ricky texted me asking me for $150. I was very hesitant in giving him the money at first because, I'm a college student. I need all the money I can get.
Where do you attend?
I attend University of North Texas. Mm-hmm. And so I decided, that's my brother. I'm going to help him out, because he needed, I guess, gas money to get back and forth from work. So I gave him the $150. We made an agreement that he would pay me back on February the 1st. And February 1st came, I did not hear anything.
How was he going to pay you back?
From his paycheck.
Oh, I thought he was going to say income tax.
Well, sir,
What?
It was the IRS check. Later on down the road, it was the IRS. I know how you feel about that IRS.
So
yeah, I feel that you're lying. Anytime you say you're going to pay someone from that, go ahead.
On February 1st, I did not hear from Ricky at all. And then, I went to his apartment. I guess he didn't know that he didn't know that I knew where he stayed at. I went to his house and he was not there. Luckily, I seen Ricky coming through the gate as I was leaving. I put my high beams on and I get out. I said, you owe me money. Why didn't you pay me back? We had an agreement. And he says, I didn't have it. I'm sorry. So I said, okay, that's, acceptable. And I asked him, I said, we can make one more, adjustment. So I said, I'll give you until February 7th, which was a Friday. February 7th comes and Ricky texts me and says that he's going to have his income tax, that day. And
told you.
And he didn't even have it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm fed up at this point. I need my money back, and I'm going to file a lawsuit.
Nicest person in the world when you want to be until it come to money. We grew up
until you come to not paying.
Yeah, man.
Plaintiff Pavia Cooper is suing her brother, who claims Pavia came to him for help when she was in trouble with the law.
Sir? Okay. She said she didn't threaten to file the suit till the 7th. On the 2nd of February, the day after I was supposed to pay her, which granted, if I say I'm gonna pay on the 1st, I need to be a man and pay on the 1st. But on the 2nd, she was like, I was doing something. I think I was helping a buddy move or something, and she started texting me. She goes, "I need my money back." Question mark, question mark, question mark. I was busy. She sent that the next message. A few minutes later, you were supposed to pay me on the 1st. Okay, I still was doing something. I was busy. Either you're gonna communicate or I'm taking you to court.
That busy, you should have enough money to pay her. But go ahead.
Right. At 5:16 p.m., she goes, "Well, I see you're not paying me back. So tomorrow I'll be calling my lawyer," which I didn't even know she had a lawyer. I think she done found one in the yellow books or something. I'll be calling my lawyer and we'll have to resolve this in court. Sadly, that's it. And
this is one day after the loan was due.
This isn't even 24 hours after.
Is that true?
But he should have paid me though. I had
you
text
threatened to sue him one day after the loan had
if he said
expired.
February 1st, he needs to pay me back on February.
And Your Honor,
1st.
like she said, I'm a bubbly person. I'm the happiest man in the world. But when somebody, like you said, I should have paid on the first when I was supposed to. But at this point, I was kind of upset. I'm like, why is she blowing me up over $150? She act like I hold her $150,000.
But it's
The
for the
mortgage
simple fact-
company give you a 3-day grace period, man.
But it's still for
And
the
they
simple
don't even
fact.
know you. They're strangers.
But the point is, he said he was going to pay me back. I actually have the text messages right here.
2 days, you threatening him before the 24 hours is up. Take him to court tomorrow. Go and see my lawyer.
We had an agreement now.
She tracked me down. I had
With the
no idea
high
she
beam
was-
lights, right.
And she wasn't
Need to
coming
make
out
sure
of the
he
gate.
sees
She was
me.
sitting there parked in front of my apartment, so she had to know exactly where I was at. And then she kind of came out there like,
okay,
"Tito."
sir, so please tell me why you haven't paid her with all this in mind.
Okay, what had happened is she had filed the fee,
Small
papers with the
claim, she
court.
did
Yes,
actually
she-
sue
she-
you.
Yes.
That's where we got the case,
then,
right.
And then she, at this point, I got the papers from the constable. And they came knocking on my door. I was at home enjoying myself, watching movies and stuff. And they knocked on the door, and they came and got me.
You're enjoying yourself
I was
watching
watching a movie, yes, sir.
videos while she's working
And-
hard, getting through college,
Yes, sir.
waiting on you to pay her.
And,
Go ahead.
And at that point, I was like, okay, well, whatever. I'm just gonna get the money somehow, and I'll pay you back. So I was like, I'm gonna pay you today. Let's just get this over with. And she was like, well, now it's $261 because it's $111 to file the paperwork.
Yes, and I have my receipt right here.
And I was like, well, I don't want to sit here and pay an extra $111 on a $150 loan. So at this point, I got upset. I was very upset. I was like, this is crazy. I'm not going to pay you extra $111 for some nonsense that you did. I should just pay the $150 back and be done with it. And she was like, well, we'll just we'll just settle this in court, blah, 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 blah. And I was, excuse me. And I was like, it ran me hot again.
What you
ran me
fixing
hot.
your, okay. Thought
And,
you was fixing your hair. You don't have no hair. All right, go ahead and
Didn't have
wipe
any
in your
hair.
sweat. All right.
It's daddy's fault. I ain't got no hair.
So you're suing for the court costs as well.
Yes, and
That
I
you
have-
had to pay at your local court.
Yes,
Let's see
and I
that,
have the
please,
receipts
Dora.
right here.
All right, sir. Had you paid her on time, wouldn't be a problem.
Right
And
about that.
were it a case that had a legitimate defense, then I may not order court costs to be paid. But in this case, there's no dispute. You should have paid her. You made her go out of her way to have to sue you, and therefore, I'm going to order you to pay the court costs and the amount of the loan. $261 is your judgment. Continued success to you. Good luck to you both. Judgment for the plaintiff.
We're gonna go back to our regular life. We're gonna
Yeah.
love each other like we always
My
do.
brother, so.
Yeah, ain't no beef at all.
Yeah, it was just to let him know that he needs to learn his lesson.
Yeah, and just know never to borrow money from him again.
I will never loan you no more money.
I want to ask, I swear. I live under the bridge first. Love you though.
I love you too.